Deliver me from mine enemies, O my God. Defend me from them that rise up against me. Deliver me from the workers of iniquity, and save me from bloody men. For, lo, they lie in wait for my soul. The mighty are gathered against me, not for my transgression, nor for my sin, O Lord. They run and prepare themselves without my fault. Awake to help me, and behold, thou therefore, O Lord, God of hosts, the God of Israel, awake to visit all the heathen. Be not merciful to any wicked transgressors. See, they return at evening, they make a noise like a dog, and go round about the city. Behold, they belch out with their mouth. Swords are in their lips. For who, say they, doth hear? But thou, O Lord, shalt laugh at them. Thou shalt have all the heathen in derision. Because of his strength will I wait upon thee. For God is my defense. The God of my mercy shall prevent me. God shall let me see my desire upon mine enemies. Slay them not, lest my people forget. Scatter them by thy power, and bring them down, O Lord, our shield. For the sin of their mouth and the words of their lips, let them even be taken in their pride, and for cursing and lying which they speak. Consume them in wrath, consume them, that they may not be, and let them know that God ruleth in Jacob unto the ends of the earth. Selah. And at evening let them return, and let them make a noise like a dog, and go round about the city. Let them wander up and down for meat, and grudge if they be not satisfied. But I will sing of thy power. Yea, I will sing aloud of thy mercy in the morning. For thou hast been my defense and refuge in the day of my trouble. Unto thee, O my strength, will I sing? For God is my defense, and the God of my mercy. Psalm 59 is a cry for protection, a plea for justice, and a declaration of trust in God's unwavering defense. Written by David when Saul sent men to watch his house in order to kill him. This psalm places us right in the heart of betrayal, fear, and divine intervention. It's a chapter where danger surrounds, yet faith does not falter. David begins the psalm with desperation. Deliver me from my enemies, O my God. Protect me from those who rise up against me. This isn't mere poetic expression, it's a real cry for life in a moment of great danger. David's enemies are not strangers. They are Saul's men, acting under royal authority, waiting outside his door. This was personal. Yet in his fear, David turned to God first, not to retaliation or political strategy. This psalm teaches us that even in the darkest situations, when friends betray us or leadership turns unjust, God remains our defender. David calls his enemies bloodthirsty and prowling like dogs, a vivid image of aggression and evil. He isn't afraid to lay a situation bare before God, showing us that prayer isn't about polished words, it's about raw truth. Midway through the psalm, a shift occurs. David goes from pleading to proclaiming. He says, But you, O Lord, laugh at them. You hold all the nations in derision. Here we see the confidence of a man who knows who truly holds the power. Even though armies may stand outside his door, God's authority is unshakable. In verses 9 and 10, David calls God my strength and my fortress. These are not theoretical metaphors. For David, these are real, lived experiences. Time and again, God had delivered him, and this current threat was no different. David had learned that God's protection doesn't always mean escape from the trial, but it does mean presence in the midst of it. The psalm crescendos in verse 16. But I will sing of your strength. In the morning I will sing of your love. Imagine that. A man under threat of death chooses to sing not just about justice, but about love. This is where Psalm 59 reveals its deepest truth. God's love is stronger than the weapons of men, louder than the threats of enemies, and more consistent than fear. As the video continues, explore how Psalm 59 mirrors Jesus' experience in the New Testament. Like David, Jesus was betrayed, surrounded by enemies, and yet he entrusted himself to the Father. Psalm 59 becomes a prophetic echo of Christ's own suffering and ultimate victory. Throughout the hour, the video breaks down key verse, overlays related scriptures, and shares stories of believers today who've experienced God's fortress-like protection in hard times. You'll also see visual reenactments, biblical maps showing Saul's pursuit of David, and narrated reflections on how modern Christians can apply Psalm 59 when facing opposition, injustice, or fear. Themes of trust, endurance, and God's laughter in the face of evil are woven into every section. By the end of this hour, viewers will walk away with a fresh understanding of what it means to rely on God as a fortress, not just in church or in theory, but in the grit and chaos of real life. Psalm 59 isn't just David's story, it's your story too. It's a blueprint for handling betrayal, injustice, fear, and spiritual attack with unwavering trust in the God who sees, protects, and delivers. Key Bible facts from Psalm 59 to highlight in the video. Written by David during Saul's assassination attempt, describes enemies as prowling dogs, a symbol of persistent danger. Shifts from fear to faith mid-psalm, emphasizing trust over panic. Declares God as fortress and strength, repeated themes in David's life. includes prophetic imagery pointing toward Christ's suffering and vindication, reinforces that vengeance belongs to God, not man.